Yeah. Alright, so I have a question for y'all. Have you ever been peer pressured into something that you didn't want to do? And if so, what was it? For me personally, I got a whole list. But hey, let's jump right into this video called Have You Ever Felt Pressured? 100 Teens.
Have you ever been peer pressured?
I have been peer pressured. Me and my friends wanted to go ding dong ditching. It did not end well.
What happened?
Well, some guy pulled a gun at us.
Yeah, not gonna lie, that's kind of expected when you going ding dong ditching. Especially if there's a baby inside the house that they finally got to sleep. Yo, I'd be mad too.
Have you ever been peer pressured?
Let me think.
Peer pressured?
I would say no.
Most things I do is by my own choice.
I don't think I have.
You don't think so?
No.
No.
Alright, so do you think that you were peer pressured when you were born? There were two people having intercourse one day and now you're forced to live in the world. Does that count as peer pressure? I don't know. Let me know.
I don't think peer pressure exists.
What do you mean?
There's this whole thing where they're like, oh, once you get to high school, everyone's gonna give you drugs and alcohol and force it down your throat.
Alright, so I can kind of see where she's coming from, but I feel like peer pressure can be more indirect. Like the Kardashians, for example. They be getting all types of plastic surgeries from their butt to their boobs to their face. And since they've been doing that, they influenced a whole lot of women into thinking that that's the standard or something. But a more direct form of peer pressure is like you go to a party with your friends and they're drinking and all that, and you're the only one not drinking. So they walk up to you like, hey, you know what I'm saying? Take a sip of this, it'll get you right. They can do it aggressively or not aggressively, but at the end of the day, it's still peer pressure.
The movies always make it seem like they're gonna like come after you and like bully you if you don't do something.
It's not like, oh, you suck because you didn't hit my vape, you know, stuff like that. Like people always like talk about it like it's that, but it's really not.
Yeah, I can agree with that from personal experience as well. Like back in high school, in between classes, there used to be a whole bunch of people in the bathroom just hitting their vapes. If there was a freshman or something that walked into the bathroom, we wouldn't walk up to the freshman and be like, hit the vape, hit the vape. But if they asked and they were cool about it, then you know what I'm saying, we let them hit it. And most people that's doing drugs in the first place already know it's a bad thing and they don't want anybody else to go through what they're going through.
What kind of fun stuff?
Like going up to like a guy or something asking for his phone number.
There's often times where we'll see like a pretty girl or something, and so I'd pressure my friends to go talk to them.
Alright, so I didn't even think about there being a good type of peer pressure. Like the word peer pressure is just painted in such a negative light. Like the word criticism, it just kind of comes off as negative. But on the opposite end of that, you can have a friend that wants to give you constructive criticism because they want you to grow. But that kind of highlights how negative this world is as a whole.
I mean, I've been peer pressured to like drink coffee with orange juice in it.
Alright, that's just nasty. I ain't gonna lie to you.
I've been peer pressured to kiss someone, specifically my first kiss.
They were trying to peer pressure me into kissing one of them. Didn't happen.
Peer pressured to do things with a guy.
See, this right here is why I'm scared to have a daughter, bro. I've even witnessed stuff firsthand that I wouldn't wish on any woman in this world.
Peer pressure maybe like sex-wise?
All my friends started having sex and they were like, you should do it so that we all have sex together.
Hey, if you're watching this and you haven't had sex before, just wait. It's not really all that. Like, yeah, it feels good in a moment, but you can just go eat a piece of pizza and it feels the same.
Nothing ever like negative. My friends pressured me to talk to my crush and be more out there.
But you see that as a positive.
Yeah, that's more like growth.
To start learning how to drive right when I turned 15. People like sometimes make fun of me for it, but I'm learning now.
Hey, that makes sense though, because if you want to make a diamond, you need a whole lot of pressure. And if you want to grow as a person, you need to be put in uncomfortable situations as much as possible. So if there's something that you wanted to do and it'll help you in the long run, just do it. Like, you'll thank yourself in the future.
High school parties, definitely you feel a lot of pressure to drink or to smoke.
Just being in bigger groups, it's bound to happen.
They'll just try to be like, hey, you want to do this, get like more like messed up, and I'm just like, I don't want to.
Yeah, high school parties are completely overrated, bro. I feel like an old head just saying this, but especially nowadays, most people at the party don't even like each other and they're just sitting on their phone the whole time, you feel me?
I've been peer pressured to vape.
Vape.
To like hit a vape. That's just something that I personally do not ever want to do. So I don't find it that hard to say no.
Yeah, if you're watching this and you vape, please quit. Please, I'm begging you. And if you haven't, don't even pick it up. I'll be honest. Like me personally, I was addicted for like 4 years. And when I quit last year, I realized how much my brain was fogged up and how much my lungs were messed up. Like, yo, I feel great now.
I had one friend in high school that was always like, let's go hit the bars, let's go drink. I'm like, first of all, I don't even have a fake ID.
I've never drank before, and I've been to parties where people have, but alcoholism runs in my family, and I'm not gonna go down that route.
Hey, that's a smart woman right there. If your family has a history of negative traits, you gotta be the one to break it. Those negative traits are called generational curses, and if you break those curses, you can set your whole family free. So if you just have those bad people in your family, don't blame them. Like, they're literally just stuck in a curse.
I've been peer pressured to doing shrooms, acid,
coke.
Oh,
like
nah.
I was gonna do it until someone
the person who's providing it was like, I'm not providing for your first time. And I was like, okay, I'm good, thank you, actually.
My brothers peer pressured me to smoke with him, but I didn't.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I was once that bigger brother that was a negative influence to my younger siblings. But hey, you go through stuff and you grow. Like, I don't want my siblings to have a negative image of me. So if you made it to this point of the video, like, please drop a like. That will help me with my journey. And while you down there, make sure you subscribe as well if you haven't already.
I don't let other people influence me.
A lot of my friends that I choose, I try to make sure that they're not really making me do stuff and everything.
I think I have good enough friends that know my limits and know like when and when not I can be pushed out of my comfort zone.
Yeah, see, I wish I had friends like that when I was a little bit younger, because you're the people that you surround yourself with. If you have friends and all they do is do drugs, like, eventually it's gonna rub off on you.
I think a lot of peer pressure comes from like internalized, like, oh, everyone else is doing this cool thing, like I need to do it.
You want to like join in on the fun.
It's just one of those things where you're like, oh, you know, I feel like I'm missing out.
You just don't want to be that one person to not be doing it.
You just want to fit in, you know?
Hey, it's okay not to fit in. Go make your own circle with your own morals and beliefs, and trust me, there's gonna be people that's gonna want to join you. As long as you're being yourself, who's gonna stop you?
Have you ever peer pressured someone?
No.
No, never.
Probably. I don't know.
I'm usually the one peer pressuring my friends to do things.
If you tell me to do something stupid, I'll do it.
Alright, so notice when the producer asked him that, some of them were like, oh, no way. Like I said earlier in the video, peer pressure could be good or bad. And I feel like those people that were looking at it in a bad way were peer pressured into thinking that way.
In 6th grade, I got peer pressured by my good friend. They were telling me, oh, you want to smoke a leaf? And they were just inhaling it. It was just pure carbon monoxide. They were just like, come on, man, just smoke the leaf once for a second. Just smoke it.
Now that's just stupid. Hey, at the end of the day, just do what's right to you. Make sure you like the video or dislike the video, comment, and subscribe. It's me and Poppy J. My body's been. Peace. Give me a kiss.